Influence here, and today I have X-Transbots 87 MX-LXY Intercepting Ballistic, which is their roundabout way of saying Misfire, the Target Master Decepticon. And I really like this figure. This figure is great. It has a lot of presence. It's a new character. I'm very excited for that. It does have some X-Transbots choices as far as plastic and things that I don't know why they do sometimes, because it feels like a premium figure. It has a lot of die cast. Not saying that die cast is the only reason it feels premium. You can do die cast in a non-premium figure and vice versa. But I say all of that to say I think it's a nice feeling figure, a nice quality feeling figure. Again, it has some X-Transbot things going on with the transformation and stuff. You got to bend some stuff around, some loose parts that might be a issue later. Time will tell. So let's get into the rest of this review.
Transformers reviews, tech and the news, whatever else I use as a muse. Hit subscribe, I appreciate the views. Influences interest on YouTube.
And here we are off of the 360. So he has accessories. This is the first accessory. His Target Master looks great. I forget his name, somebody remind me in the comments. Has hollow legs, of course, but it's all die cast mostly. I think the thighs are die cast, the whole body's die cast, I believe. Maybe these even are die cast. They feel like it. It does feel like some plastic, maybe the feet. And no, I think these are die cast too. Maybe this is no. Yeah, I think they're all die cast. It's mostly die cast anyway. Subscribe. So just some articulation stuff with him. He has a little bit more than 90-degree elbow. He gets 360, gets up there. His head doesn't do much, but it can go back due to transformation. So it goes down about like that and up like that. I don't know if I can focus this small on his head, his face, but it is painted nicely. Legs, he gets the hurdles, and he gets the splits. Has a knee that gets fully up, and his feet go up and down, but no rocker. They actually go back far, but for no reason. And we can transform this guy real quick just because it's simple. Oh, he has a kind of a waist bend, I guess it would be. I'm trying to get it now. It is tight, but it would be a ab crunch and no ab spin. Oh, so transforming again once do that, do this, put this up at the same time. You can push his head back and it goes in there. It doesn't spin around or anything, but it does go in there to hide it. Then you can put his arms tabbed into the bottom of his legs. And there you go. And you know, he doesn't hold his gun like a normal gun. It has this rail here for vehicle mode, but he has the peg here because he holds the gun like this. I think it was a joke or a running joke that the reason he can't shoot is because of how he holds his gun. I don't know. I don't know if I remember that or I made that up. But, and there you see that. Comes with an extra face. This face is kind of like smirking. I do like his faces because the face that comes on him isn't just a straight face either. So you got card. And you got the box. The box is nice. Nice normal box. Tech specs and stuff. Get that face sculpt. I really like the face sculpt. Like I said, the mouth isn't just a straight mouth. He's kind of smiling, I think, little. So let's do some comparisons with a Target Master and a Headmaster. So there they are next to each other. And personally, his Target Master isn't that successful. This one is much more successful. You can see them together. So let's do articulation. Head goes down like that, goes up a lot. 360, yes. Arms go around. It does hit this, but you can get it out. Go up a good degree up, and it has a butterfly. You got double jointed elbow. These move right here. You got a double jointed elbow, which gets you, it's not even a double joint that gets you 90 degrees. Oh yeah, it's a weird double joint. Well, it's not weird, it's actually a nice double joint. Nice hardware too. You got bicep swivel up here, and his hands, you get movement in and out. Well, out, not in, but it goes out that far. You got the thumb on two knuckles, and just the swivel up and down. And each finger has its own knuckles, but the end fingers are curled a little. So he does have a waist, but his waist is hindered by these things. So if you move it a little bit on the bend, the ab crunch, he can get 360, but that's the only way he's gonna get it. Again, ab crunch. He does have an ab crunch. Skirts here, you can get up. You get the side skirts up, and the back skirts are fixed. So you got soft ratchets, and can go back any right here, but forward you can get all the way up, and splits all the way splits. Thigh swivel right here, move these back down. Got double jointed knees that get you full all the way up, and your feet, you can go down about that much, you can go up about that much. He is a little back heavy, so you do have to kind of adjust the feet best as possible. And I forgot to put this down when I last transformed it. It's a little piece right here. There you go. So you have that, and then you have the heel spurs on it's independent, I think. Yeah, it seems independent, but the rocker is there. Small rocker. Yeah, I don't think anything else, you can get anything else from it. So let's get down to transformation, which isn't super hard, but there is a couple things that may be kind of confusing. They have no instructions no more. They use a video, and I don't know what's going on with that video. Make a fist. I like to have it fist first. I think it can go, or I should say fingers down, like going in. Just because when you're pushing it and you have it the other way, the fist tends to go like that, but I don't know if it matters. So you just do that with each side. As long as you can get those fingers in there, see, that's what matters. These fingers gotta get right. You can push this up in there like that. Push this in there like that. It should click, but it might not. First time I did it, it clicked, but it's not clicking now. So move this out a little bit, push this up, and then you can kind of move all of this out here like this. Now you have all this stuff in there, if you can see that, and you just pull this stuff out and down and out like that, and then right here, and just slide it down on that bar. Be careful because there's a lot of stuff on this little bar, so make sure you have your fingers here and slide it down. There was a lot of grease on my bar at the bottom. I guess they were making sure. But then over here, let me see if I can show it again, maybe from this angle. All this stuff in here, you want to pull out Again, be careful. This folds down, and this will go in or out, I should say, eventually. Then you move that on that bar, and watching it from here, then you go down. Again, be careful. Try to use the bar and not the arms. So you have the arms like this. Now you pull all this stuff out. You want to flip this over. These right here you can pull up. Once you pull them up, you can pull that like this and flip these things in. You should have just enough room. If you put these all the way up, you should have just enough room. Move that down. You, like I said, you should have just enough room to put this back up. Again, over here, move it like that, and then you can pull it up, push it in there. You should have enough room. Now you want to flip this thing right here. Flip it around, and if these fins are all the way up, it should tab in right there on both sides. And you have it like that. You can pull these things out if you want. Right here, just pull them out, and here you are like this. Now you want to get this landing gear out of here. You can move that all the way out. I kind of keep my finger in here because you want to push this little flap in, but you don't want to push this up yet. Then when you move this like this, you should be able to move this head in. And while you got this out, this head goes all the way back, and it'll go underneath all of this stuff. If you have this stuff correct, you should just have it up like that. Then you put that in there, and make sure this panel right here stays up above, you know, it doesn't go in like that. It's got to stay up like this, parallel to this, like when the head's out. And all this gets frustrating because this wheel keeps going in while you're doing all this. And once you get this head where you need it, the wheel will probably be in again. So just get something and put it out, and then you can put that panel in, and it'll keep the wheel out. Again, you see how this fell in? You don't want it in there like that. You want it to stay like this. You can worry about it in this next few steps. So then these things you're moving down, and you're kind of pushing them in, and they're going to peg on right here. And you see that peg right there. That's where they're at. So again, here you move this down, move it in, and peg it right there so there's no space. I can push this down. If you have this where it's supposed to be, this will go right in. These two tabs right here will tab in right there. And you can push it down on this bar right here so you don't mess up anything. Then this goes down. Then these little fin things go down in here. You kind of got to push them around it, and I guess if you lined it up before you did that, it would be all right, but what you gonna do? Then you push, when you push this all the way back, give enough room, you push this thing up. See the front, the top half should be farther back, and you should be able to see that hole in there. So then you can see it lines up with everything. So there we are. Now you can do this if you want. Be careful because there's a long peg here that it feels like it could snap off. First time I did it, it was really hard to get, but this time it seems pretty good. Just push this in there and keep a hold of this. Don't put pressure out because it's on this little bar, but just have your finger here for it to have pressure on something to put that together. And again, over here, do the same thing. And you have that. Let's go to the legs. Legs are easy. I'm gonna tell you ahead of time. You're gonna tab the feet, the top of the feet, right here where these holes are gonna be tabbed into these tabs right here. Now that can get frustrating because of the tightness of everything. You know how they do, like move around stuff. Get that out right there. Make sure this foot is down. And then you push this out of here. And then you move this down here. And that's going to stay like that. Again, over here, it's tabbed in here. I believe just here. So you lift up that a little bit. Make sure this foot is down all the way like that. And then you pull this out here. Then you move this down and tabs on right there. And that's how that's going to be. Now you can get this stuff out in the middle. Goes like that and goes like this. And you can move these down. These screws, I think I saw somebody said these screws are coming off on theirs. It is kind of loose. You can see. Kind of put it on there to keep it from moving. And then you push this up and you got to slide it down on this slider here. Then you leave it like this. Now you push the foot all the way up in there. This piece right here pulls up. You get it pulled up and then you can kind of flex it. It doesn't come all the way up in order to get around all this stuff. I guess if you move this a little bit, it does. Move this out. Yeah, you can do it like that. And then you push this little side piece in. And you got it like that. So I'll show it over here again. So this step, move this out, move this out. Move the wheels out, move this out, push this all the way down on that slider. And just leave it like that. Then you move this in, but you don't have to move it all the way in. You can get this out first. Right there is where the thing is, so it's the easiest place to try to get this all out. Get that out, move that up, and then push that all the way in. So now you're at this space. So now the thighs move like this, out like that, and make sure they're in close and kind of straight. So now with everything like this, move this around. This stuff is in the way and there's no real way to move this. So you just got to get this around the arm. But what you're going to do is you're moving this in this direction. It should have enough room to fit all in here. If you have this right. There we go. And then this is going to move up here and peg in right there. And then all of this stuff, this little piece of peg in on the side there. And then you can kind of see. And then you move this around here like this. And there's a little piece in the leg that you want to pull out. This little piece here, and it pegs into the leg right there, and then it's going to peg into the arm right there. And there you go. Then you can get this situated over on here. You just want to get, this doesn't have enough room, so you're trying to get it in there best as possible, so it fits in there and it has a peg right there. And there you go, one side done. And that can get frustrating. You can squeeze this stuff if it's come out and apart. You see how that came out and it's not where it's pegged, where it should be. You can do that because it'll happen while you're maneuvering all of this. So again, over here, I don't have that fist right. That's why this is up like that. I'll try to fix it. So move that around here. Again, you gotta make sure you're moving it on the right. You know you got it if it's like this. Then you're trying to get this in there like that, and this goes, you saw it kind of went in there organically. And this thing right here, you pull this piece out, peg it into that peg hole there, and then right there on the arm, peg that in there, and now you get this together. Check the pegs, check everything. This right here came up. Oh man. You can see it's a little space where a little peg that it fits over. Let me get it. And here we are in vehicle mode. You can move these. Let me make sure I ain't miss any. This is kind of crooked. You see how it looks. I like the vehicle. I like the vehicle. It has the landing gear here and back here. These landing gear aren't the greatest. They do fall down a little bit. You see the bottom. For what they had to do, I mean, I think they pulled it off successfully. Both modes. And then you can bring the target master here. He can fit there. And there you are. He's out of here. Let me just compare him to Sideswipe, Masterpiece Sideswipe, so you can see how big he is compared to this guy. So yeah, in the end, I don't like how this comes together. Maybe they should have had, well, I don't know if the tab here would have worked. I know everything they had to do, so I think they did their best. But their best? Nah, it's good though. It's good. I like the paint. I like the way it looks. Definitely. Cockpit opens up. I forgot to show that. This little thing here kind of gives way. Headmaster can't fit in the cockpit. I'm not sure if any humans that I have can fit in the cockpit. Scratch that. I don't know where my humans are. I don't know if I kicked them off the shelf. I said no humans, just bots. But you can see in there, you can see all the workings, and his face is in there as well. But there is a seat. Like I said, Headmaster can't fit in the actual cockpit, and I don't think the humans would fit either. You probably need a pretty small figure to fit in there. I'm surprised they ain't give you one. This could be on the accessories this time, but it's probably because you have a target master. So that's probably where their accessory budget went. Again, I think it looks good. It looks good. Just a couple build issues that I don't like. Other than that, there's not much to say. Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, let me know. Leave me a comment, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. And I will get up with you in the next one. Peace.
You know, life ain't over, life ain't over, life ain't over. As long as you alive, you can give another try and take it real high if you want it.